All right, so we are on day 5 of Japanese learning using AI. We would probably be much further if we hadn't taken a break. Basically, my girlfriend visited from Japan, so technically I was still practicing Japanese because we talk to each other in Japanese quite frequently, but I did not really structure any practice, so it was kind of just random conversations. Still helpful for learning, but we weren't using AI basically to help us learn. It was difficult because we kind of were busy throughout the entire time. Went to Magic Castle, Disneyland, San Diego Zoo, all that stuff. I'm in California, if you haven't noticed based on the stuff I mentioned. But let's see. So we left off saying that we would learn a certain amount of vocab and stuff. Let's go ahead and check it out right now. This is it right here. And as you can see for ChatGPT, I also asked it to help me with a San Diego Zoo visit itinerary and some San Diego spots. Anyways, so daily AI suggested convos. I ended up not really using that like at all. I tried to use it, but all the stuff that it recommended me, well, I tried to use it once. It didn't feel like I wanted to actually engage with it. And honestly, I was just too tired to really do any structured practice. I should know or realize by now that it is very, very difficult to do structured practice when you're basically almost like traveling or taking around a friend for a week. It's like almost like a vacation yourself. It's their vacation, but like because they're with you 24/7, you can't really do too much regarding this. But I tried. Maybe I'll get better with it in the future, but for now it was too difficult. So I'm gonna sort of get back to it as if I never stopped doing it. She flew back to Japan 2 days ago, so I had 1 day of rest where I had to recuperate from all the stuff that we did, and then now I'm back the following day, trying to get back on it as soon as possible. So let's do that. Grammar practice, kanji practice, the JLPT N3 vocabulary list. Is that? Oh yeah. So there's something that I've been doing. Was it on this one? Let me check it out. Yes, it's on this one. Then what's this one? I've forgotten. Who is the kanji study app by? To all kanji, certainly here are the sentences with added to all the kanji. I'm really unsure. I think this one was the main one, maybe? Yeah, this is what happens when you stop for a long period of time. It's been 10, 12 days. But you can actually see it on my calendar view. It's September 24th. I think the last one I did was on the 12th or 13th. So it's been almost 12 days basically. Anyways, let's see. Let's just show you guys what I did while I was away, because it's not like I didn't do anything at all. So this is one thing that I tried to do is I asked ChatGPT like, oh, what are all the vocab words in JLPT N4? So I said, how many vocab words are there in JLPT N4? And they said it consists around 600 to 700, which is a lot more than I expected, to be honest. And it says vary depending on the study material you're using, covers everyday topics like family, travel, work, and more. And then I asked it to create a checklist for me of all the vocab, and then I want to figure out like which ones I know and which one I don't know. So then, like, to me, that's the best way of handling it, especially since I looked at, the previous thing, the app, the phone app back then, and I was like, okay, this is so organized. It has all the kanji I need for this one level. Like, I know where to go. It's like a really clear roadmap. But for vocab, it's like, where am I? What level am I? What do I need to learn? And the easiest way to do that all the time is a checklist. So kanji checklist, vocab checklist, grammar checklist, stuff like that. So I asked it to create a checklist, and it said that it'll give me 20 words at a time and just tell ChatGPT what I know already, and they'll keep a record for me for the ones I know and which ones I need to study. So they gave me 20 words at a time, and I looked through all of them. I wasn't worried too much about kanji for this one. This one's mainly for vocab. So I just read them quickly, sometimes with hiragana, sometimes with the kanji. It depends whether or not I already know it. Like ani and ane, I already know. So, and then abunai, like I don't need to read or look at this or the romaji. That's like worse. Like don't read the romaji, otherwise you're not really practicing very much. But amai, like this one I would not have known the kanji. But anyways, like I said, just vocab. And it kept listing them and I kept saying I know all of them, or like I pointed out certain ones I didn't know. So I don't know 46 and 52. ChatGPT did the memory updated thing. I didn't even see this. I was doing this on my phone, so I couldn't hover over it like I am right now. So interesting. Does not know vocab words. Hakobu. I actually read the romaji. I did exactly what I said I wouldn't do. Okay. To carry. And then oze. Many people, crowd. Yeah, I definitely do not know those words, so that seems accurate. Okay, moving on. Yeah, basically I continued doing this for a while, and sometimes I would even do this like in the presence of my girlfriend, and she would get mad at me because I was working on this. And she kept on saying like, you have a native speaker right here, like why are you like doing this? So that oftentimes led to me not doing as much as I wanted, to be honest. But let's see, I don't know 164, 174. Yeah, it continued like this for a very long time, and this is where I left off. I guess I can continue doing this until I reach like 500 to 600 words and then start working on the ones I don't know, because oftentimes it tells me a lot of words I already know. So I think the amount of words I don't know is less than 20. So less than 20 out of 280, which is really good. So I'll continue to do this until it reaches 500, but for now, that is mostly what I did since we have last done stuff. And also my girlfriend gave me a DS game, which is to work, it's like a game that helps you work on kanji. It's all in Japanese, so it's kind of like difficult to understand at times, but it's useful for learning the kanji. But I will probably work on that, like start using that after this, because this is like my journey with AI as my sensei, so I can't be using the DS right now, but I will eventually use it so that what she gave me will not be unused. Okay, but let's go ahead and start this thing. Now that we've basically caught up with present times, let's do this. So kanji practice, I am not sure where we left off. Let's see. I don't think I can write these again, to be honest. Like, I have completely forgotten these. Okay, so I guess I'll just do a quick review on these ones. It's kind of unfortunate that I'm repeating, but that's the point of learning. All right, so I got my top-down view right here, which probably needs significantly more light. Okay, I guess my girlfriend decided to write her name here. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so the wings and then shiro is for narau, to learn. And then we have the speech one for CI. Once again, I've forgotten like where the hiragana goes. Okay, so this is what I've written so far. This is me practicing again what I learned previously. And I don't want to do too much of the same stuff, but this radical here means to perish. This is the heart. That's wasureru. And then this is akeru, which is to open. And then this is kotae, which is to answer. Shiai, game, and then narau, to learn. But once again, I need to know where the hiragana goes. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to just spell it out for me. Can you write those? Oh, the last thing I asked was this kanji. Kanji E means thought, intention, or meaning. Can you write 1 to 5 with their hiragana parts? It thought that I meant the numbers. Okay, let's do that again. I meant the kanji that you previously mentioned, like narau. You know what? I can just type it. Okay, I'm so dumb. Okay, so shiai is like that, and then kotae is like that. So I don't need ChatGPT to tell me. I can just type it out. Akeru is like that. Wasureru is like that. All right, Cool. So typing it helps me learn the like what hiragana goes with the kanji, and that is like very very useful. So I need to do that a whole lot more. Typing it is also a strange sensation right now. It's like I don't really type very much when I talk to any Japanese native speaker on like messages or anything like that. I always use voice to text, like always use voice to text. So typing it out is very very strange, but I guess it can be useful if I want to learn the kanji and how it fits with the hiragana. So I'll try to do that more. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and just continue on. I did mention lists and stuff like that, but the vocab list makes more sense to like, you know, actually list it all out because there's so many. But for kanji, I think it's okay not to have it all listed out because I hardly know any of them. So I'm pretty sure whatever ChatGPT gives me next, I will need to practice it anyways. So let's not waste too much time with creating the lists. And technically I have that on my phone as well, so I can see it if I want to. All right, let's see. So give me the next 5 kanji for today. What are you doing, my friend? This is not the right thing. It's like ChatGPT also forgot what we've been working on. Come on. That's interesting how that works. Okay. Kanji and radicals for today. Let's see. I'm not talking about the numbers. I'm talking about what we have been doing previously. We are working on the JLPT N4 kanji. So give me 5 of those kanjis. Okay, and it's giving me radical breakdowns. Excellent. So we are back on track. Here are 5 more kanji to learn today along with their meanings and radicals. So we got new JLPT N4 kanji for today. Byo, illness, disease. I'm actually glad it doesn't give the romaji. It's like if it did, then my brain might default to reading that because it's like, if you're doing this as well, just like always just tell ChatGPT not to give you the romaji. I think I'll do that for the vocab stuff. Okay. In, byoin, kyo, strong, motsu, to hold, near, jikai. I believe I've seen these two plenty of times. Not this one as much. Not this one or this one. But byoin is definitely a common word. Let's go ahead and go through the radical breakdown before we... And I forgot to time this. I'm getting back into bad habits. Let's see. I don't know how much time we spent on this already. So we're just going to assume that 10 minutes have passed. So once it becomes 7:08, we will move forward from this. Okay, radical. I don't have my watch with me. That's why I'm not timing it, and I'm using my phone as a camera. So it's probably just easiest to just look at the time. Okay, byoin, sickness. This radical is on the left side and looks like a tilted roof. I guess so. Often used in kanji related to health or illness. So it isn't always illness, but it's related to it. Yamaidare. The right part, this thing, adds meaning to the overall character. What does that mean? That means nothing. Like, what do you mean it adds meaning to the overall character? Okay, let's just do a little bit of writing practice. This one is kind of confusing on how to write. It's very confusing. Very confusing. Oh well. Let's just move on after writing it a few times. I know my camera is not on the right thing right now. Let me do that. So sickness, it looks like this, and then the other part, which just adds to the character, looks like this. Sort of looks like 4 in a way. Not really. A little bit. Anyways, that's okay. Let's move on. Then we have in, institution or hospital. Radical, this thing right here, kozato hen, hill on the right side. This radical often refers to locations or institutions. I believe this is also a radical that's in Kyoto. I can't believe that I've forgotten how to write Kyoto. Let me just ask ChatGPT real quick. What is the kanji for Kyoto? Okay, there we go. I've written this a couple times, but I've forgotten. I can read it, obviously, but writing it from memory, I can't do. But yes, there is that radical that basically represents places, I think, is what it just said. The left part, I mean the right part, means kan, complete, giving the kanji the idea of an official institution. It means complete. Okay, so this means complete. Let's go ahead and write it a couple times. I forgot how to switch cameras. Let me practice that real quick. Nope, not that. There we go. Okay, left part, kan, a lid on it, and then this thing. What is that? I feel like, are those technically not separate radicals? I'm gonna have to ask. For the radical kan, okay, I have to do this. Is it technically not two radicals? The lid and the thing under the lid? You're absolutely right. The kanji, as seen in in, meaning institution or hospital, can indeed be broken down into two distinct parts. Ukan muri. This is the lid or roof radical, which often implies something related to a house, building, or protection. And then gen. This is the part under the lid, which by itself means origin or beginning. Huh, that's cool. But yeah, I feel like I've seen this plenty. So while is the main radical, the component below it contributes to the meaning as well, making it technically two parts working together. Good observation. Thanks, ChatGPT. All right, lid with gen, origin or beginning. Lid over the, yeah, I'm not gonna try to make too many connections to the meanings at the moment, just because I feel like doing that will be a little overwhelming. So I'm just going to remember that these are the parts of it. So lid over gen, and then the location thing is in. Okay, I think I got that. And I just realized I wasn't even on the right view, sorry. So this is what ChatGPT told me just now with the lid and gen and telling me that I did a good observation. Yeah, I need to remember to switch the cameras once I actually try streaming, which I do want to just try. It would be a good idea to be able to do it properly. Anyways, let's continue with the radical stuff. Where are we at? We just passed institution. What did we first learn? The sickness thing with the top part and what's in that. Yeah, really, this thing doesn't make much sense. So I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. The right part adds meaning to the overall character. It doesn't even have a name for it. The radical for illness doesn't make much sense. The sickness radical makes sense, but the other radical, you're right, clearly fits with the meaning, but as you pointed out, the other part of the kanji doesn't directly carry an obvious meaning related to illness. In this case, the component. Okay, hey, it actually has a name now. Doesn't contribute to the meaning in a logical way for illness. Rather, it's there for phonetic reasons. In many kanji, one part gives a hint about the meaning, while the other parts give clues about the pronunciation. Oh wow, that's very interesting. I don't know how. I have to remember this is ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can get things wrong, but it does seem accurate. Feels strange if it just made that up out of nowhere. So I'm gonna believe that for now. So in byo serves as a phonetic component guiding how the kanji should be read. Byo, meaning another helps with pronunciation. It may not always be intuitive, but understanding which parts do what can make learning kanji a bit more predictable. Interesting. So how does that radical give a hint to the phonetic component? What makes it? Good enough question. This happens with where it serves as a phonetic indicator. Here's how it works. Many kanji use a system called phonosemantic compounds, where one part, okay, this is basically what it already said, meaning handle, has a reading based on. Mochi also uses for a phonetic clue. Really? Where? I don't see it in there. While the connection between the sound is always so the phonetic match isn't exact. I don't know. They're not giving clear answers with this thing, but I know that it's helping you with phonetic readings, I guess. It's like, if I see that kanji again, or if I see that radical again, is it gonna help me like realize that it's byo in it? Like how does it help with the phonetic role? Like what does it serve? What purpose does it serve? Like I don't fully understand. other than the fact that it does help as a phonetic role. Like, how does it indicate? Like, what does it indicate? Eh? This is just eh? Like, how does this lead to me realizing that this is eh, pronounced eh? Like, I don't know. Either way, I feel like this is not too important as of right now. I'll keep it in the back of my head, but we just gotta keep moving on. Otherwise, we're just not gonna finish this. Okay, so 7:08. We are past time, but I'm just gonna keep going because I want to get this done. This kyo, radical Yumi, bow. It's a cool radical. It does indeed look like a bow, like a really cool looking bow, like something in Green Arrow or something. Let's see. The left side is a bow symbolizing strength or power. The right side, mushi, means insect. I suppose insects are strong in their own way. In this case, it helps form the meaning of strength. There's also one more radical there, though. Mushi is a kanji character I've learned before, or at least it was in the N5 book, but I never paid attention to it, so don't really know how to write it very well. But it looks sort of like naka, but just with like a stick at the end, or like a leaf maybe. Branch, I guess. Okay, so number 3, I need to ask it. There's one more radical that you didn't explain in strong. Nice, it is giving us exactly what we want. This is the radical on the right. Wait, it's not giving us what we want. Where's the last one? Why do you say that I'm right and then like just tell me exactly the same thing? What? Let's see. I'm talking about the radical on top of mushi. Is that really it? That doesn't seem right. This isn't no. All right, I think in this case, I can't listen to ChatGPT. I'm just gonna like, wait, that's not mo. No, that's mu. Right? I'm forgetting my katakana right now. It's not mu. Which one is that? Is that? Can't believe I need this. When you're tired, you're tired. Let's just figure this out quickly. Mu. It is mu. Yeah, I could have just figured that out on my own had I looked closer. But let me just correct ChatGPT because I don't like the fact that it's wrong. It doesn't look like no. It looks more like the katakana character mu. You know, like I'm starting to like not believe ChatGPT when they say you're absolutely right because I feel like they're just gonna say that every single time, unless I don't know. We'll test it out a bit more. Okay, I just want to make sure that what's the mushi kanji. I don't have to do that. I can just type in mushi. Let's see. Indeed, it is correct. Okay. I'm making sure that ChatGPT, because this is such a simple thing. Like, I'm surprised that it made such a simple mistake. But so it makes me question some things I may have already learned. But these seem accurate, so I just got to keep up with my bullshit radar, I guess. The mu and mushi together, phonetic part of the kanji. You've hit the free plan limit. Okay, this is a lot of stuff that I'm absorbing, but I think I can do this. So, kyo, the kanji for strong, which in my opinion, I think of it more as tsuyoi. Is there an example of that? Let's just type in tsuyoi. I'm starting to learn that I can just type stuff in and then I'll figure out whether or not, you know, the kanji matches with what I'm thinking of. There is tsuyoi right here. Tsuyou, tsuyoi. Isn't there like an E with it? I'm just gonna add E. Let's just type in meaning. I can't because I've ran out of stuff. So let's do a different chat. I did it wrong. It doesn't have the U in it. It's E. So tsuyoi, which makes a whole lot more sense. So, but the whole point was to see if that kanji character was in it, and it is indeed in it. So now I know how to read tsuyoi, which is a very, very common word in anime. Let's see. Moving on from tsuyoi, we can do to hold. Okay. Motsu. So this one's very common as well. Like if you want your friend to hold something, you ask them, or you don't have to ask them, but you can be like motette. Just like hold this. In Japanese, you don't really say please very often with people that you're close to. It's sort of just like almost like an order in a way, but not really. It's just like asking them to do something, but it's implied that like you're asking them. but you can make it nicer and ask like motete kureru, like, can you hold this for me, instead of just telling them to hold this. Anyways, so I am very familiar with this word, but the kanji kind of looks like iku in a way. But let's just look at the radicals, since this is like all new stuff. Radicals. Tehen. Okay. Hand. That makes a lot of sense with motsu. This radical on the left side indicates something related to actions done with the hand, such as holding. The right side, tera, means temple. Let me just look at whether or not it's in... No, it is not in iku. What am I thinking of? It's a different word. Motsu. Is it mat? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Machimasu. So I'm thinking of machimasu or mate, like chotto mate, which means to wait. And I think I thought of iku because in mate or machimasu, there's that radical in iku as well in the beginning. So like, I gotta distinguish these a bit clearer. Now I kind of want to know what that radical means on the left side. Like, was it the person radical? I need to review something really quick. No. Oh gosh. Knocked my phone. My bad. Anyways, I'm not even using this very much. So only one of it is the person radical. So I don't know what the other one is. I'm too curious. I kind of have to ask at this point, but I don't think it's going to tell me in this chat. So I would just ask it here. Break down the radicals in iku. Okay, what? That's very confusing. I'm talking about specifically left side of this character. Okay, that's very confusing. Let's ask for what is even happening right now? It's like ChatGPT just got real stupid, because like this doesn't exist in this kanji. Why is it not just telling me what this thing right here is? Oh my gosh. And this is tera, right? Like what is this? Like, I don't get it. What's happening? Break down the radicals in... Same thing. Let's actually Google this. The going person radical. Okay. So step or stride. Interesting. Well, this website seems to have a lot of breakdowns of different radicals, which is cool. And the way you can find it, or the way I found it, was just typing it in find. Interesting. Japanese inch. Okay. So this is joy o kanji, I guess. Good to know. Yeah, sometimes ChatGPT is extremely unreliable is what I'm learning right now. I mean, I already knew this, but like, come on, this should not be... let me just tell ChatGPT that it's wrong. Maybe it'll help. You are wrong. I just Googled it, and side radical means the going person radical. No, it's just guessing. It doesn't even know. Oh, you still have it wrong. Why am I even doing this? I feel like I have to help ChatGPT. I can't let ChatGPT just think it's right. So I'm just gonna copy and paste that and put it in here. Is the radical on the left side known as the going person radical, which relates to walking or movement? Okay. And tera, this means right side of kanji, which means temple in this context and contributes to the overall meaning of the kanji. So for the most part, this is actually very easy to tell if ChatGPT is wrong, because obviously this radical doesn't exist in this kanji. And yeah, and this one as well. Like, that was such a simple one. I don't get what is happening here. It says thank you for your corrections. Let's see. Please be more accurate next time. It says memory updated. Prefers accurate information and corrections in response. That's so dumb. Like, the assumption is that you're always accurate. There shouldn't be no need for this right here. But that's very funny. Okay. We have went way over time with kanji, and we did not finish it. Like, 5 kanji in one day seems kind of very difficult, at least to do in 20 minutes. Like, I'd probably need to dedicate the whole session just to kanji if I wanted to get a full understanding of all 5 with the radicals and whatnot. I do think the radicals are helping me remember it, because I can remember it in the parts. Let's do a test real quick. I don't want to cheat. I'm not gonna look at this. And what I'm gonna do is just do the parts right now. So this is bow, I believe. I might have done it in a not so good way. I think it was closer to this. And then the mu, and then the actual mushi. So this is tsuyoi. It contains tsuyo, and it can also be read as kyo, I believe. And then we have, what else did we just learn? Oh my gosh. If we can at least remember, okay. I remember, I think it was like that, and then the tera thing. Is it like that? I can't remember fully. All right, my camera just died because it overheated. I guess I'll just leave it as a black screen for now. Yeah, that's something to note. My other camera, okay, so the camera I just used is the Sony ZV-E1. This is an aside, but I expected it to be able to record for longer. I am very surprised that it is this weak. It was on a 4K setting as well. Maybe I should have changed it to 1080. I'll try it again tomorrow, but maybe I shouldn't sell my Sony A7C in that case, because I've been using that one previously. I didn't expect this one to overheat so easily. Anyways, let's just continue. I am going to cheat, or not cheat, I'm just going to verify whether or not I got this correct. I wrote so much stuff. It looks accurate. There needs to be this thing right here, I believe. It's close enough, good enough for me. So this is motsu. I believe there should be a tsu there. And then what else was there? Dang it. By looking, I am like cheating, you know? I'm like not doing it properly anymore. Anyways, okay. There was this thing with the lid, and then the gen right there, which means in. And then there was byo as well. So we have the sickness one, which looked something like this. And then the character inside of it which just represents phonetic stuff, which I can't remember. It looked sort of like a person, sort of like 4, I think, but with something open, something like that, I think. Something like that. Let's look at it now. Not quite. Close, but not quite. It was more like this. So it does look like the character for person, but it also has that in it as well, and that. It sort of looks like 10, like sky, but with this instead. I try to remember it that way. And is it 10? I know in Chinese or Cantonese it's like teen. Let's see, 10. Yeah, it is. It seems that way. Yeah, I typed in that and it appeared like that. So I'll try to remember it like that way. As for byo, and the other part I seem to have gotten more or less correct. Forgetting about stroke order. So that's 4 out of the 5. And the last one is jikai. So let's go ahead and look at the radicals real quick. Shinyo, movement. On the left side, this radical is related to walking or going somewhere. All right, that's cool. It doesn't look like the same thing though. It looks almost like the same thing, but not quite the same thing. I'm gonna have to look this up again. The axe radical. No, I need the other thing in that radical. Movement. Here it is. I guess both of them mean that. Okay. Good to know that this isn't another mess up from ChatGPT. All right. Movement on the left side. This walking or moving. Got it. Okay. The right part doesn't have a specific meaning here, but helps form the kanji. Hey man, that's not what this website is saying. This website is saying that it's an axe. Oh, the axe radical? You know, that holds like almost no meaning for me. Well, movement and an axe is near, I guess. Okay, let me just get used to like the idea of writing this axe radical. At least it has a name. Does it really look like an axe though? I'm trying to see. How does it look like an axe? I don't really see it as an axe, but that's fine. That is so bad. See this sort of like a slide, to be honest. Axe. An axe looks like this, right? Is this the part of the axe? This is the handle, I guess. It's just a weirdly shaped axe. Okay, got it. I think that's pretty much it for kanji for today. I will definitely recognize chikai as well as motsu and tsuyoi, and then in as well as byo or byoin. I'm pretty sure I will be able to recognize those from now on. Hopefully. We still need to integrate like a review process, maybe at the end of the week, like day 7. But let's go ahead and do grammar practice now. or vocab practice. I feel like I sort of already explained this. I'll do this up to maybe 350 or 360, but let's just go through all of these. Can you make sure not to include Romaji from now on? I don't know. Okay, let's just read through all of these. Takai, hikoi, hiroi, temai, omoi, karui, atarashii, furui. Don't know this one. Atsui, samui, atsui again, but this one's hot. This one's weather hot. That's confusing. Tsumetai, isokashi. No, yes. Okay. Tanoshii, omoshiroi, muzukashii, yasashi. Yasashi, yes. Chikai, toi, tsuyoi. Looks like I know all of them. Pretty sure I've seen this one already. Yeah, it's like repeating. My man, why are you repeating words? You seem to be repeating a lot of words. This is something I didn't notice back then because, or at least at a certain point, I was like, I feel like I've seen this already. But like I couldn't verify it until now because I was on my phone and it's like harder to like do the whole search function thing on my phone with ChatGPT. I don't think, is it even possible to do that? I'm not sure. I'll check later. But you seem to be repeating a lot of words. Why? It's making it harder. List things properly. Please don't repeat words. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like ChatGPT can be quite unreliable. It's just not quite there yet. Anyways, these are just the days of the week, and that's pretty simple. It excluded, it's also excluded the hiragana. But, you know, I can read all of these because I know the definition as well. 日曜日、月曜日、火曜日、水曜日、木曜日、金曜日、土曜日、今月、来月、先月、午前、午後、今、時、分、I don't know this one though. 年、月、月、週、日、日。I don't know. 316. I'm so sure that I've seen this already. Yeah. Like, come on, what's happening here? My friend, you are repeating again. Are you able to look at all the previous vocab words you've listed already from the beginning? What? Unfortunately, I can't directly access the previous lists to check for repetitions. What are you talking about? Why do you make it seem like you can from the beginning? You're basically repeating everything. It's like, what is the point of doing this in that I have to keep track of it on my own is basically what ChatGPT is saying. So there's no point in doing this. This is very unfortunate. Maybe if I were actually on the paid version, they'll be able to do this. But at this point, I think I'm beginning to realize that maybe I know most of the JLPT N4 vocab already. And maybe I should be moving on to JLPT N3 vocabulary. 約束、説明、話、注意. This one I actually don't know. 質問、答え、会議、試験、宿題、集積. I don't know that one either. 形跡. I don't know that one either. 成果、進歩. Never mind. I guess I don't know a lot of these ones, so they've given me significantly more difficult ones. That's good. 抽選、努力、成功、失敗. I know this one because I heard it from anime before. Okay. 経験、判断、選択. Yeah, I actually don't know a lot of these. You know, it's funny how like I say stuff and then like ChatGPT decides to just completely prove me wrong. So I guess we'll just continue and see if we continuously get words that I don't know. Because everything else seemed way too easy. Unfortunately, I can't directly access the previous list. Make sure to keep track moving forward. Here's a new set of unique vocabulary. It was indeed more new. Of course, I feel like I've seen this one already. I guess, yeah, right there. I'm just gonna tell it what I don't know and then ask it to give me the list of the words I don't know and see if it can do that. Because if it can do that, then obviously it has been keeping track. But I don't know. Let's find out. I don't know. Let's see. 344, 350, 351, 352, 353, 354, 355, 356. We know shippai or shippai is shippai. You know what? I'm gonna add that because I don't know it fully. We know keiken and then 359, 360. No man, I don't want you to continue. I said I don't know out of the 360 so far. Hey man, I know what jishin is. Where's the ones I literally just mentioned? Oh, right here. Did it do it backwards? Yeah, here's a true test. Can you list them out in the numbers that you originally introduced them? No, it cannot. All right. Oh, it did on the right side, but it doesn't seem to be accurate. It seems to be including some of this right here because I haven't stated whether or not it seems to be including all of them. What is wrong with you? Yeah, I told you we're taking a break. Come on, man. To be fair, I don't know a lot of them, so that's fine. But Hitsuyo and Tokubetsu, I sort of know now because I've been repeating it kind of a lot. Probably don't need that anymore, but okay, here are basically a list of 30 vocab words I can work on next time that I don't really know fully. So we'll get some example sentences going and whatnot. But let's keep going to grammar practice. What is it? What is this? Oh, I think I did the same thing as I did last time. How many more grammar points are there in JLPT N4? And then I asked it to list all of them. And it listed a lot of the basic ones. But it eventually got into more interesting ones like, let's see. I don't know this actually. Yoni suru is the one I worked on. Nagara, tari temiru. Yona teoku. Bakari is something I should try to work on as well. Teshimasu yoni again. Different version, I guess. Or is it just literally relisting it again? Actually, most of these I do know them, which means maybe I should move on to N3 studying. I think that's what I will do. List out the significant grammar points from JLPT N3. Larashi, I don't know what that is. Koto ni suru, don't know what that is. Koto ga dekiru. I know that one. Teshimau. I've learned that one, but I haven't really used it much. Bakari again. Kereba, nikui, yasui. I've heard this one plenty of times, especially from my girlfriend. And then yo to suru. Try to attempt to. Yeah, there's a good amount that I don't know. I also learned this one from my girlfriend. Noni chika daro desho ni shigai nai. Heard that one in anime before. Tato tan, as soon as, just after. Ake de wa nai kamoshirenai. So it does repeat some, even if you say it's like, oh, JLPT N3 or 4, it seems to just repeat some of the grammar points. It's almost like a cumulative list rather than a exclusive list to the new grammar introduced in JLPT N3. This is a long ass list. Okay, I think what I'll do next time, because I'm tired as hell and my camera is completely off now, is I will just work on... I think what I'll do next time is I'll start with grammar so that it's sort of like I finish the thing, because I probably spent a bit too much time on kanji, to be honest. Like way too much time. I think I spent way too much time in general for this practice session, but I did my best to get back into things. And hopefully I will figure out the camera situation next time. I probably will just use my other camera. The Sony ZV-E one is kind of a disappointment right now, to be honest. I appreciated it in Japan, but that was the camera I brought to Japan. But right now it's just failing me, and it's a whole overheating thing. Like, come on. Anyways, I will do some listening practice right now as I eat dinner. And that is about it for today. Also on Duolingo, you can see that I had a freeze on Sunday. That's unfortunate. I've been doing so well with not having like a single freeze for like the past 2 months, but I was so tired that day. Anyways, let's get back into this whole thing. I think I might just record every single day of practice, because at this point it feels like a habit and it feels weird if I don't record it. I will do it this way so I don't really have to edit it much. I think it isn't that hard to edit it, to exclude like super long pauses and stuff, since Adobe Premiere Pro can do that really easily. I have like a whole Skillshare class that I created dedicated to how to do that. So if you're curious about that, you can check it out. But anyways, I'm done with this one. I'm really tired. I'll catch you guys in the next one.